Coming up on Look Today, William Brown, a former First Ward supervisor in Glens Falls, has announced that he will run for mayor. I've got some details. And New York assemblymen and local leaders hope to improve transportation infrastructure throughout the state. I've got some of those details. And President of the Adirondack Thunder is trying to remain optimistic on future attendance at the Civic Center. It's all ahead on Look Today. Welcome everyone, I'm Jay Hood Jackson, and this is Look Today. Well, in tonight's program, I sit down with Kevin Garrity. He's the chairman of the Warren County Board of Supervisors. He's here to discuss police consolidation in Glens Falls and a lot of other topics. And I also sit down with Rand Condell. Now, he's the president of the Adirondack Folk School. Plus, we have your weather for the Tri-North counties, but first, these headline stories. In our lead story, well, following an update on Mayor Jack Diamond's pending resignation, William Brown of Glens Falls has announced that he will run for mayor in November. Special elections will be held in November to complete Jack Diamond's last year of office. Now, due to city charter legislature, the current mayor is forced to leave office because the end of this year marks his 8-year term limit. Well, William Brown is a real estate agent and a retired paper industry consultant, previously owned a gift shop. Now, he is a registered conservative and is the second candidate to enter the race. The other candidate is Dan Hall. In other news, local highway superintendents representing every region of the state have been in Albany this week as part of their annual Local Roads Matter campaign. This year, Local Roads Matter campaign is making the case for an even stronger statewide commitment to local roads, bridges, and culverts. State legislators and local leaders call for increased state funding for improvements to highways for a total of $688 million. Well, Governor Cuomo and legislative leaders will be deciding how best to allocate the millions of dollars of taxpayer money for upstate transportation infrastructure. Well, Assemblyman Jim Tedisco talked about the importance of making improvements on the local level.
They don't get to work to do their job. Our constituents don't take their kids to the doctors. They don't get to their schools. We don't create those commercial developments and those developments for housing unless one public servant gets to work and does the job you do. And that's our highway supervisors. Thank you for the job you do, the number one public servant in New York State.
Jim's always very passionate about a lot of topics. Well, switching from news to weather, well, guess what? We had a high temperature of 77 degrees, which broke a record. Well, Glens Falls, that's according to meteorologist Jeremy Davis. Now, it was the warmest day ever on record from November 3rd to March 15. Well, today saw some showers with slightly cooler temperatures. For a more detailed look at our weather, we're going to head to the Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first forecast. Well, in other news, the president of the Adirondack Thunder hockey team is trying to remain optimistic on future attendance at the Glens Falls Civic Center. The Adirondack Thunder needs $2.7 million in revenue per season to break even. To reach that, they need to average 3,000 people per game. Now, as of right now, they're averaging half of that. Well, Brian Petrovic, who's the president of the Adirondack Thunder, says that with the recent repricing of tickets, he believes that they'll hit that number. Up next, I sit down with Kevin Garrity. He's the chairman of the Warren County Board of Supervisors, and he's here to discuss police consolidation in Glens Falls and a lot of other topics. Plus, I also sit down with Rand Condell. He's the president of the Adirondack Folk School. But first, if you see news happening, you want to share a story idea, how about join us for an interview? Give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000.